Welcome to this week's Under the Golden Dome. It is the first funnel week, and as of this week, a bill had to have passed out of a committee in one chamber to remain alive. So it's hard to describe what it's really like as you head toward that deadline, but I think the easiest thing to say is that bills come out of subcommittee quickly, and in 15 minutes later, they're on the full committee agenda. It's very difficult to actually influence the outcome as legislators scramble to keep alive personal priorities, which means that as we assess what is passed out of the various committees, we're going to be making our list to figure out what we need to pass, kill, fix, amend on the floor, and start working with the larger caucus and leadership to try to influence the outcome of some of those. So I think the message that I would say is, when you take a look at our bill summaries, don't become overly obsessed or concerned with what might be on the list of bills that are still alive, because there were so many bills that were introduced subcommittee, full committee in the matter of 2 days that it's pretty clear that it was just they were just using this as a mechanism to keep the conversation going, which we heard a lot this week. And it does not necessarily mean these are things that will ever be debated on the floor in either chamber. Having said that, we will have a complete bill summary of everything that we're engaging on that remains alive. The one thing to note is the tax and budget bills are not subject to the funnel deadline. So those do not have the same requirement. But take a look at that summary so you can get a feel for what we are going to be working on as we try to control what gets to the floor for debate. So I want to hit on just a few big issues. SSA, where's it at? Same place it's been at the last several weeks. The House continues to maintain their version is the only thing they will accept, and the Senate and the governor's office are not budging off of 2%. So we are literally at a stalemate, and I suspect that stalemate is going to continue. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if we don't see any action on SSA until after the mid-March meeting of the Revenue Estimating Conference to see where, if our anticipated revenues are still in line with what they talked about and released in December. The other big news is that the House and Senate released the property tax bill this week. The property tax bill is one that we're still evaluating and assessing what that impact is, but they've made no secret of the fact that they want to reduce the property tax burden on Iowa taxpayers, and that is likely what is going to happen. But they also have said publicly that they recognize that property taxes are a form of revenue that is important to our local governmental bodies, including school boards. I think the kind of at a 20,000 foot level, what they hope to accomplish is move from a rate restricted system, which we currently operate under, to a revenue restricted system. How that's going to impact us from a school side, we are still working to assess. So those are really the big happenings this week. We will be doing a podcast that will be released next week that kind of gives you a little more insight into some of the main issues. But I would encourage you to take a look at our bill summary and feel free to ask Michelle and I any questions you might have. And rest assured that we're going to do everything we can to stop bad bills from passing.